Good morning, all. Yesterday, the country paused to recognize our nation's veterans. And on behalf of the entire Republican Conference, I want to express our heartfelt appreciation to every veteran who has served. Their commitment to service and the love of the country exemplifies the very best of America. They deserve leaders in Washington who will hold the line and do their part in protecting our individual liberties at home. That is why I could not be prouder of the House Republicans and those who will join us in the next Congress. It will be the most diverse class we have ever had. Many have already dubbed this year the year of the Republican woman, and it couldn't be truer from that statement. We are poised to have 29 House Republican women join our ranks, surpassing the previous record. Every Democrat incumbent who lost, either lost to a woman, minority, or a veteran Republican. Meanwhile, Democrats are set to have the slimmest Democrat majority since World War II. Pundits doubted us, polls were stacked against us, and I don't believe one person in this room believed we'd win one race. The Cook report said we'd lose 15-20. The Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, said just days before the election that they would gain 15 seats and Republicans would lose them. Cheri Bustos, the head of the DCCC, I guess for a few days longer, poised that they would be double digits victories. Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, claimed that she was not only winning the majority, she was having 2 elections this November, that it would be such a large victory she would guarantee the majority for the next election as well. They were all wrong. Not one Republican incumbent lost. Republicans won from Miami to New York to Minnesota to California. The only seat the Democrats won was an open seat, and then they claimed to have won a redistricting in North Carolina where Republicans didn't even run. I heard the Speaker call it a mandate. It was a mandate against socialism. It was a mandate against defunding the police. It was a mandate against wasting a majority that the Democrats have done for the last Congress. While the Democrats praised socialism and advocated to defund the police, our members made a commitment to America, that they would restore our way of life, rebuild our economy, and renew the American dream. We are eager and ready to show up to work, unlike the Democrats. Yesterday, Chairperson Lofgren signaled that the Democrats have infrastructure in place to ensure Democrats can continue to get paid for not showing up to work. Something Americans across this country don't have the privilege to do. Millions of Americans have already returned to work, and millions more want to return. If they are willing to show up in person, so can we. It can be done in a safe manner to minimize the risk for members, for staff, employees, and for you, the press. Just as we did with the proxy voting scheme, House Republicans will stand up and defend the Constitution, even if it gets in the way of the Democrats' boat vacations and road trips to rocket launches. We believe Congress is essential. We believe you just spent some millions of dollars saying you'll be the voice for all of you in your district. You should show up and be that voice. Just like in May when I put myself and Tom Cole and Rodney Davis gave a plan to open up the House safely with testing, which the Speaker denied us. The ability to have rooms separated and distance so we could have hearings in a safe manner. Even to this day, the Speaker has no plan of how to have the House safely open up. Our success is already threatening Democrats. Instead of planning to work with us, they are already plotting ways to silence the minority party's voice in Congress. As many of you know, they want to change the rules to the motion to recommit, the MTR, as many of you know it. It's the only way that a legislative body allows a minority just to have one amendment to a bill. It's the only way the minority party can use the influence to improve legislation and serve as their constituents' voice in D.C. We won't let them silence us. This election cycle has made one thing clear. The Republican Party is now the party of the American worker. That is the actual mandate that we had from the voters. We are going to fight them, push back against Democrats' radical policies, and we'll continue to put America first.